These are the best Japanese touring bikes built for long, pain-free rides that glide down highways without wrecking your back, wrists, or knees. Because let's face it, most touring bikes look great on paper until hour 3, when your spine starts begging for mercy. If you've ever ended a ride feeling more bruised than satisfied, this list might just save your next road trip. Number 10. Honda CB500X. If you think you need a giant bike to go touring, think again. The Honda CB500X proves that sometimes less is more. It's a lightweight, nimble, and seriously capable adventure tourer that delivers big on comfort and range without the intimidating size or weight of a full-blown ADV machine. Under the tank, it packs a reliable 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that delivers 47 horsepower at 8,600 RPM and 32 pound-feet of torque at 6,500 RPM. Smooth power delivery, excellent fuel economy, and minimal vibration make it ideal for day-long rides or weekend getaways. It's not a speed demon, but it'll take you far and back without a fuss. With a curb weight of 434 pounds and a seat height of 32.8 inches, the CB500X feels easy to handle in city traffic, but stable on the highway. You also get a generous 4.6-gallon tank, which can push you nearly 300 miles between fill-ups depending on your pace. The suspension is tuned for comfort, with a 41mm inverted front fork and a Pro-Link monoshock in the rear. While it's no hardcore off-roader, it can handle light trails and gravel roads with ease. The windscreen, wide bars, and upright riding position make long rides naturally comfortable. And the digital LCD display gives you everything you need without overloading you with tech. ABS comes standard, and so does Honda's legendary reliability. The parts are affordable, the service is simple, and the bike just keeps going. Brand new, you'll find it around $7,900. Used, you can score a clean model for under $5,000 if you look right. That makes this bike one of the best values in the lightweight touring segment. For riders who want to pack light and ride far without the drama, the CB500X is quietly brilliant. But what if you're ready to take things up a notch? Something with more tech, more wind protection, and serious sport touring soul? Number 9. Yamaha FJR1300. When it comes to long-distance comfort, few machines have earned their stripes like the Yamaha FJR1300. This is the kind of bike that eats miles for breakfast and never asks for a break. Built for highway dominance and long-term reliability, it's a true workhorse dressed in a sleek touring suit. Let's start with what's under the hood. A 1,298 cubic centimeter inline 4-engine powers this beast, producing 146 horsepower and 94 pound-feet of torque. It's smooth, it's strong, and it delivers power across the rev range, whether you're passing a truck on the freeway or climbing a steep mountain pass. The transmission features a unique 5-speed gearbox paired with a shaft drive for low maintenance and smooth transfer of power. No chain to lube, no belt to adjust. Just twist the throttle and ride. What truly makes the FJR a legend among touring bikes is its ability to blend performance with comfort. You get an electrically adjustable windscreen, heated grips, an ergonomic seat, and a riding position that encourages all-day cruising without back pain. The suspension is fully adjustable, meaning you can fine-tune it whether you're riding solo or two-up with luggage. And yes, it comes with hard saddlebags that are lockable and integrated into the bike's profile. You'll be amazed how much gear they swallow. Need to stop for gas? You won't need to do it often. With a 6.6-gallon fuel tank and fuel economy hovering around 40 miles per gallon, you can easily clear 250 miles without blinking. The curb weight sits around 640 pounds, but Yamaha's chassis engineering makes it feel planted and surprisingly agile once you're moving. Used FJRs can be found for as low as $5,500 in excellent condition, while newer models can run up to $17,000. It's the kind of bike that makes cross-country rides feel like a coffee run. But what if you want something even lighter, more rugged, and built for those long detours through unpaved roads and wild trails? Still with us? Good. Before we go on, kindly do these. Subscribe, like, comment. Done? Then let's continue with our list as we get to one. Number 8. Suzuki V-Strom 650 XT. If you're the kind of rider who craves adventure but refuses to compromise on comfort, then the Suzuki V-Strom 650 XT might just be your forever bike. This machine is the unsung hero of middleweight touring. Quietly reliable, surprisingly comfortable, and tough as nails. It's powered by a 645 cubic centimeter twin engine, making around 70 horsepower and 46 pound-feet of torque. That means smooth acceleration, consistent power delivery, and an engine that just keeps going, mile after mile. You don't need super bike speed when you've got this level of stability and control. At a wet weight of 476 pounds, it's light enough to maneuver through tight curves and small campsites, but solid enough to feel planted on the highway. The seat height is 32.9 inches, which sounds tall, but thanks to the slim frame, many riders can plant their feet with ease. Now here's where it really shines. The 5.3-gallon tank gives you over 250 miles of range. That's the kind of endurance you need when you're riding all day and just want to keep going without frequent gas stops. Add to that the factory crash bars, handguards, spoked wheels, and you've got a bike that's ready for everything: paved roads, gravel trails, mountain passes. The V-Strom 650 XT is built to handle them all without blinking. A used model from recent years sells for around $5,000, while a brand new version will run you about $9,500. For a bike this capable, that's a steal. And just when you think Suzuki couldn't possibly offer a better value for touring, wait till you see another bike that's just as efficient and built for the highway. Number 7. Kawasaki Concours 14. You ever sit on a bike that feels like a rocket ship disguised as a couch? That is exactly what the Kawasaki Concours 14 delivers. For riders who crave miles of comfort with the soul of a sport bike, this machine is in a class of its own. And here's the kicker. You can score one of these sport touring monsters for well under $7,000 used. That is a steal for what you get. Let's start with the engine. The Concours 14 packs a massive 1,344 cubic centimeter inline four-cylinder derived from the legendary ZX14 platform. That means pure adrenaline with silky power delivery. It cranks out around 150 horsepower and over 90 pound-feet of torque. But despite all that muscle, this bike is surprisingly smooth. Long-distance riding is where it truly shines. The comfort setup is excellent. It comes with an adjustable windshield, standard heated grips, and an ergonomic seat designed for endurance. Riders around 6 feet tall love how the bike feels, planted, upright, and stable at highway speeds. Seat height is about 32 inches, and while it's no featherweight at over 680 pounds, it carries its weight low and steady. And now let's talk range. The Concours carries a 5.8-gallon tank. With careful riding, you can squeeze over 250 miles on a single fill-up. Add in cruise control, shaft drive for low maintenance, and standard ABS, and you've got a bike that feels like it was built for America's long highways. Don't expect the latest touchscreens or Bluetooth gimmicks. This machine is old-school functional. That's what makes it perfect for riders who don't want tech distractions. Just you, the road, and a heart-pounding machine beneath you. New? It's been discontinued, but back in the day, it ran close to $17,000. Today, you can snag a low-mileage model from around $5,000 to $7,000 depending on condition. That is unreal value for a bike with this much capability and refinement. So if you want sport bike performance with the range and comfort of a luxury tour, the Concours 14 might be the smartest money you'll spend. And while most riders are chasing the flashiest new tech, you'll be out there, carving corners and crushing miles in total comfort. But what if you want to go even more off the grid with comfort and rugged durability? Number 6. Yamaha Super T&eacute 1200 ES. For riders who think comfort means compromises, consider this. The Yamaha Super T&eacute 1200 ES is an adventure bike built not just for long-haul touring, but for conquering continents. It is legendary for its absolute reliability and long-haul resilience. It does not just take you places, it takes you there in style, pain-free and confident. Let's begin with the engine. The 10-array runs on a 1,199 cubic centimeter parallel twin that delivers smooth but fearless throttle response. You get about 112 horsepower, around 7,200 RPM, and roughly 85 pound-feet of torque at 6,000 RPM. That means effortless passing and long sustained acceleration when you need it most. One of the most senior-friendly features here is the electronic suspension system known as ES. In a single second, you can adjust settings mid-ride from comfort to sport or loaded mode without tools. That means when you're loaded down with luggage or a passenger, the bike automatically adapts. No stiff, jarring shocks, just silky smooth absorption of any road imperfection. Weight-wise, it sits at around 614 pounds wet. That may sound substantial, but thanks to Yamaha balancing the mass low and the chassis geometry, you rarely feel the heft once you're riding. The seat height is adjustable between 32.3 and 32.9 inches. Slimmed-down profile makes it stand lower than expected and helps with confidence at stops. Fuel capacity measures 6.1 gallons. Combined with an efficient engine, you can reliably travel 250 miles or more between stops. That fuel endurance is gold for riders who hate constant refueling during multi-state trips. It also includes cruise control for highway zen riding and electro-pneumatic adjustable windshield that provides relief at any speed. You also get traction control plus switchable ABS that allows front brake only for off-road surfaces. That level of control without complexity is why this bike shows up in rider reviews from Alaska to Patagonia. Are you afraid the repair costs of an ADV bike are sky-high? The Super T&eacute proves otherwise. It is built with long-term serviceability in mind. The shaft drive is virtually maintenance-free. Parts are moderately priced. The engine is bulletproof. Dealers around the world maintain their fleet. That means you are never stranded in a back road. Used examples from recent years sell for around $8,000 to $9,000 depending on mileage. That is absolute unbelievable value for a bike that has been proven on multiple continents by mileage-hungry riders. Compared to new prices years ago, it is a steal. For those who care about inputs more than impressions, the Super T&eacute 1200 ES delivers hard facts you can rely on. But if you crave something lighter built for twisty roads with the same pain-free long ride emphasis, keep watching because the next bike turns grace and agility into serious touring potential with minimal weight. Now imagine taking all that rugged power but shrinking it into a lightweight, nimble package, because there is a bike better than this that mixes simplicity and value better than anything else in its class. Number 5. Honda NT1100. If you want a true do-it-all machine that feels made for cross-country rides, yet doesn't shout for attention, the Honda NT1100 is your answer. This motorcycle is quietly brilliant. Powered by a 1,084 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine, the same powerhouse found in the Africa Twin, it churns out around 100 horsepower and 70 pound-feet of torque. That means smooth power delivery with enough punch for overtaking on the freeway or handling steep climbs without ever breaking a sweat. One of the most senior-friendly features, it offers Honda's DCT, the dual-clutch transmission, which means no clutch lever and no shifting if you don't want it. For long-distance riders with wrist issues or arthritis, this feature alone is a game-changer. And if you still prefer full manual control, the NT lets you switch back instantly. This bike has a low center of gravity, giving you exceptional stability at low speeds or when maneuvering in parking lots. With a curb weight of about 528 pounds, it feels lighter than it looks thanks to excellent balance. The seat height is around 32.3 inches, manageable for most riders under 6 feet. Its fuel tank holds about 5 gallons, and owners report real-world ranges up to 250 miles before needing a fill-up. For touring, that's exactly what you want. Integrated pannier mounts, a comfy rider triangle, and an adjustable windscreen make highway slogs a breeze. The electronic suite includes cruise control, ABS, traction control, and 3 ride modes. But don't worry, it's all very straightforward, with no fiddly menus or touchscreens. Brand new, the NT1100 costs around $13,000, but gently used models, you can find them in the $9,000 to $10,000 range. A solid deal for a touring beast this capable. Now, if you're curious whether there's a Japanese bike that brings more off-road muscle without losing that silky highway comfort, yes, it exists. Number 4. Honda NC750X. If you've ever dreamed of a bike that combines comfort, efficiency, and effortless power into one sleek package, the Honda NC750X is your road companion. This is the kind of bike that never makes a scene but always gets the job done, day after day, mile after mile. Under the seat is a genius engine, a 745cc parallel twin that delivers just under 60 horsepower and a very useful 51 pound-feet of torque. What makes it special is not raw speed, but how it delivers power in a calm, controlled manner. You do not need to rev this bike hard to feel it move. It simply glides. This bike consistently returns over 67 miles per gallon, which means you can go more than 250 miles on a single tank. That is incredible for anyone who hates constant fuel stops. But here is the kicker. The fuel tank is under the seat, and what looks like a fuel tank up top is actually a storage compartment. You can throw in your gloves, lunch, even a small helmet. It weighs just under 472 pounds, and the seat height sits comfortably at 31.5 inches. That means it is easy to mount, balanced at low speeds, and light enough to maneuver in tight spots without breaking your back. The upright handlebars, relaxed foot pegs, and sculpted seat give you hours of fatigue-free riding. Want even more comfort? Go for the DCT version, Honda's automatic dual-clutch transmission that lets you ride without a clutch lever. Many older riders love it. Smooth, responsive, no jerking. But the standard 6-speed manual is buttery smooth if you prefer traditional shifting. Safety-wise, it includes dual-channel ABS, excellent low-speed control, and predictable braking. No touchscreens or cluttered menus, just clear analog and digital readouts. You ride this bike, you do not babysit it. Used models go for between $6,000 and $7,500, making it one of the most value-packed touring bikes for riders who want to travel far and frequently without burning a hole in their wallet. What truly sets the NC750X apart is its unintimidating nature. It is smart, practical, and built to go the distance. And the best part? It makes every ride feel like a day off from life. But what if you want something even more road-focused, with street suspension and no off-road distractions, yet still loaded with Japanese engineering excellence? One bike keeps it sleek and simple, without losing any comfort. But now we're into the top 3. These are masterpieces of Japanese engineering. You think you can guess which bikes they might be? Tell us in the comments section. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Let's dive into the next one. Number 3. Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus. Some bikes give you just enough. The Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus gives you more. More miles, more comfort, more reason to keep going. For riders who want the speed of a sport bike, but the comfort of a grand tour, this machine strikes gold. Let's start with the engine. It runs on a 919 cubic centimeter 3-cylinder motor that pulls like a freight train and sings like a jet. It produces around 115 horsepower, enough to carve through mountains, coastlines, and long highways with ease. This is not just a touring bike, it is a sport touring beast. It weighs just under 500 pounds, which means it is nimble in town, manageable at gas stations, and light enough for most seniors who still want something fast. The adjustable windscreen and hand warmers make cold morning starts a breeze. The seat is wide, flat, and built for all-day rides, and the pillion seat is no afterthought either. Suspension? You get electronically controlled KYB suspension with multiple comfort settings that adjust on the fly. You feel like you're riding a pillow even when the road turns ugly. Add cruise control, cornering ABS, traction control, and a brilliant TFT display, and it becomes clear this bike wants to make things easy. Fuel tank? You get a 4.8-gallon tank that can give you over 200 miles per fill-up, depending on your throttle hand. That's plenty for most long weekend escapes or cross-state hauls. Price? The brand new Tracer 9 GT Plus starts at around $14,000. It is not the cheapest, but you get a lot of high-end features found on much more expensive bikes. You can find a low-mile used one for about $10,000 to $11,000 if you search well. For seniors looking to spice up their rides without breaking their backs or their wallets, this bike checks almost every box. You get upright seating, buttery smooth throttle response, and a sporty feel that doesn't punish your joints. It is exciting without being exhausting. But if you like your touring machines with a little more rugged adventure mixed in, there is a bike that was built to cross continents without skipping a beat. Number 2. Kawasaki Versys 1000S ELT Plus. Some bikes are made for Saturday. This one was built for forever. The Kawasaki Versys 1000S ELT Plus is not just another touring bike. It is a full-blown, mile-eating, comfort-drenched road warrior that crushes distance and still asks for more. Under the tank sits a smooth, liquid-cooled inline 4-cylinder engine with a displacement of 1,049 cubic centimeters. It produces roughly 120 horsepower with a buttery torque curve that makes highway passing feel effortless. This engine is tuned for long-haul stability rather than neck-snapping acceleration, and that is exactly what senior riders love. At 567 pounds curb weight, the bike feels heavy in the best way possible. Planted, stable, and secure. The upright seating position, coupled with wide handlebars, gives you the kind of control you only find in high-end ADV tours. The seat height is about 32.1 inches, which is manageable for taller riders and those who want a commanding road presence. Now let's talk features. You get Kawasaki's Skyhook semi-active suspension system that adapts to the road in real time, softening potholes and ironing out rough pavement. Add electronic cruise control, cornering ABS, multiple ride modes, and a large color TFT screen, and you start to understand why this machine feels like a luxury couch on wheels. The windscreen is tall and adjustable. The hard saddlebags are included and color matched. You get handguards, heated grips, and a quick shifter for clutchless up and down shifts. Everything about this bike screams premium without pretense. Fuel capacity, a tall 5.5 gallons. That means close to 200 miles or more on a full tank. The bike is happy on highways, confident on twisty roads, and surprisingly agile for its size. This bike costs around $17,000. It is on the high side. Used models in great condition often list for $12,000 to $13,000. That is a lot of motorcycle for your money, especially when you consider the long-distance potential and all-in-one touring package. This is the kind of bike that makes you want to plan that 4-state ride. But maybe you're after something just a little more minimalist, a little more Honda, the kind of machine that quietly does everything without making a fuss. Welcome to number 1. Number 1. Honda Goldwing Tour DCT. If you have ever dreamed of riding your living room down the highway, the Honda Goldwing Tour DCT is about as close as it gets. This bike is not just comfortable, it is a fully loaded, long-haul luxury experience that turns every ride into a memory. Let's start with the engine. The Goldwing is powered by a 6-cylinder, 1,803 cubic centimeter, horizontally opposed boxer engine. That means ultra-smooth power delivery and perfect balance. You get about 126 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque, more than enough to cruise effortlessly at 75 miles per hour all day long, even with a passenger and full luggage. What makes this model stand out is the 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. No clutch lever, no gear shift foot pedal, just seamless automatic shifting or manual control with the flick of a button. Seniors love this. It means less strain and more focus on the ride itself. Now for the comfort. This bike has heated grips, heated seats, an electronically adjustable windshield, a big plush seat with a backrest, and suspension that reads the road like it is reading your mind. The Goldwing Tour DCT also includes a massive trunk and hard saddlebags, enough space for a week-long journey. The bike weighs in at around 845 pounds, but thanks to low center of gravity and walk mode for low-speed maneuvering, it feels light and stable even at parking lot speeds. Fuel capacity, 5.5 gallons. Range, easily 200 miles or more, depending on your riding style. You also get modern tech like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a premium audio system, and a full-color TFT display with navigation. All of it designed to make your ride feel smooth, safe, and effortless. New the Goldwing Tour, DCT will set you back around $29,000, but many used models in excellent condition are available from $17,000 to $22,000. For what this bike offers, that's a priceless deal. It is luxurious, it is perfect. You do not need the loudest bike to make the strongest memories. You just need the right one. If you enjoyed this, there's another video coming up. Click on it and let's go. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.